Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc's Dumpster by Request, where it's a review of the In the Name of the King trilogy. And this one comes to us from fellow YouTubers TheWickerBoy, Skinslip, and Reno. Okay, well, this first one is about a man named Farmer who is recruited to take on evil sorcerers and get into sword fights and all sorts of things, and he's trying to figure out who he really is because when he was about 3 years old, this town adopted him and the whole 9 yards, and so he defeats the bad guys and pretty much winds up taking over the kingdom. Part 2 is about a man named Granger who's sent on a quest to fulfill an ancient prophecy. Of course, he time travels back to the time that this whole thing was supposed to be happening, and at one point he goes back to his regular time, and something gets screwed up, so he goes back, takes care of business, take care of what needs to be taken care of, and he winds up back in his own time, and it seems like everything is a-okay and looking good. The third one is about a man he's an assassin named Cain. He's sent back in time due to the necklace of one of these two girls he has trapped inside of a box to help a village that is infested by dragons. And his time trip was actually meant to be in a prophecy, and he finds these other two girls who I think look like the two girls that he had in the box. Anyway, he winds up saving the village, the kingdom, the whole 9 yards. He winds up going back to his own time. And he sees the two girls still trapped in the box. And the guys who hired him to try and take care of the two girls, he winds up finding out that they were wanting to try and take him out, and he winds up doing that to them. And the movie ends with a dragon flying around in his little neighborhood or town or whatever you want to call it. All three movies directed by Uwe Boll. Wonderful. The trilogy starred Jason Statham, Lily Sobieski, John Rhys Davies, Ron Perlman, Matthew Lillard, Ray Liotta, Burt Reynolds, Dolph Lundgren, and Dominic Purcell. So now the big question is, does this trilogy really deserve to be put into a dumpster? Hope you caught that. Yes, it does. Absolutely. A lot of people seem to have the big problem with this movie being that not just that it's an Uwe Boll movie, but because it pretty much steers very, very far away from the video game. Honestly, I never played the video game. I have no idea what the video game is all about. I'm not even sure if it had more than one video game, and if it did, I'm pretty sure that the second and third video game were not time travel games, and if they were, then obviously the game must have been a lot of fun because these movies absolutely freaking sucked. In fact, the first one, I barely remember it because all I can remember is some friends of mine rented it on DVD after it came out, and I don't think they even finished it. I think they were even bored by it. Uwe Boll is no longer making movies, so thank God for that. The guy was called the Ed Wood of the New Millennium, or the German Ed Wood, whatever you want to call it. And I still have a feeling that there are still going to be many Uwe Boll movies out there that's going to be requested to be reviewed, and you can doggone well bet I'll review them for you guys. Finding out that Uwe Boll has left doing movies, any kind of movies at all, there are some movies he actually did that people said were actually pretty decent, but anything he did from a video game it's like he tried to do it in his own vision, and everybody just said, "Oh, good Lord, these suck." What can I say about these movies? Again, the first one is supposed to be a legit sword and sorcery, dragons and type stuff, and the other two are time travel movies. I don't get them, and maybe I'm not supposed to, but there you guys have it, a review of the In the Name of the King trilogy. Special thanks to TheWickerBoy, Skinslip, and Reno for their request, and hope you guys will go check out their channels and subscribe to them. And of course, if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. And if you've got a video game based movie that was directed by Uwe Boll or not directed by Uwe Boll, and it made you want to basically slam your video game system into 1,000 pieces after watching it, send it my way, and I will get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.